Hi, my name is Scott Jacobs, and I'm the president of Archtek. Today we're going to go over forming instructions for Archtek's Grind Guard products. Grind Guard comes in a 2-pack format that looks like this, which is a clear guard. 2 of them are inside each package. There is a mint package that looks the same, but it's mint flavored, 2 guards, and 1 storage case also. And this is the single pack, which is a clear guard, 1 clear guard, and 1 storage case. These also come in colors, and we have a coral color and we have an Arctic blue color. And for today's demonstration, I'm going to use colors because I think it's going to be much easier to see on the camera. The first thing we want to do is to make sure that the tray is not too large for the arch size. This fits over the upper arch, and what the user is going to do is take the tray, holding it by the front fitting tab, put it in their mouth to see if it extends too far back in the mouth. Once you measure that and you have a comfort level with it, or discomfort level with it, there are trim lines on the tray where you can take a scissors and easily trim it. And I'll give you an example of that. If you feel that the tray is too long, you can take scissors, any type of scissors, and cut along some of the marked lines so that you have a registration so that you know if you cut this side up to this line, this side to be equal distant, you would also cut it up to the same line. So I'll do that on this particular piece on the other side. And now we have a smaller arch tray that can accommodate smaller arches. When this goes in warm water, everything becomes extremely flexible to fit to different widths of the arch. In this case, you will see after trimming that you have some rough edges on the material, and that shrinks away when it goes into warm water, so you don't have the problem with any sharp edges after you do the hot water forming. For the hot water forming, what I have here is a hot pot that is going to bring water to a boil, and then I'm going to turn off the heat source for it. Hot water that you needs to be, you bring water to a boil either on a stove or in a microwave or in a container like this. What you want to do is you want to make sure that it does come to a boil. You want to remove it from the heat for about 5 minutes so that it cools down. Your temperature range that's most effective for forming the tray is 170 degrees to 190 degrees Fahrenheit. So with that said, I have water that was at a boil before. I think you can see it steaming. I have a separate plate here that is tap water. And after you form it, you would take the guard from your mouth and run it under tap water. I'm going to be placing it in this tray as a rinse in tap water. So what we're going to do for forming is we are going to take a tray. I have a full arch size. It's going on my upper arch, and I'm going to hold it by the fitting tab. I'm dipping it in the warm water and waving it back and forth. It's approximately 10 seconds. You can pull it out of the water. You want to make sure that it is starting to lose its shape a little bit. You'll see it soften. It probably shrinks just a little bit as you form it. But you've got the fitting tab. Again, you don't want boiling water. You want to bring it to a boil, but then remove it from heat for about 5 minutes so that you have hot water but not a roaring boil. So by holding the tab, I'm going to put this in the warm water, wave it back and forth. I'm going to look at it very closely, make sure it's all immersed up into the fitting tab. And after about 10 seconds, I'm beginning to look at it, and it looks like it's starting to lose its shape. It's going to go directly over my upper arch. So I have this, I transfer it easily to the mouth. I'm sucking all the air and moisture out of it without biting down. After I've done that, I have a very good imprint of my dental anatomy on the upper arch. Again, when I did that, I did not bite down. You don't want to imprint the occlusal surface of your lower teeth. You want your lower teeth to be able to slide very carefully against the lower surface of the tray so that your lower jaw is free to move and has nothing that it gets caught up in. I would do a rinse then under tap water, and I'm dipping it in just a tray of water right here. I have a paper towel, which is probably very handy for forming after it's done. You want to look at it and check that you have smooth surfaces everywhere. Once you put it back in your mouth and check for the fit, you feel that you have a very comfortable fit, you can take a scissors and trim away the front tab. So I'll do that right now. The front tab can either just pull away or trim away very easily. So you now have a tray that goes in the mouth. It's very comfortable. We do not have the lower occlusal surface imprinted at all. It's smooth. It goes into the mouth. When I was forming it, the tongue is in back of the front teeth. You're sucking all the air and moisture out, is kind of the motion you're doing inside your mouth. If you want to practice it ahead of time, what you can do is take an unformed tray, put it in your mouth, and if you practice sucking all the air and moisture out of it, you'll feel the sides of the walls collapse against your teeth. And that's exactly what you want to have happen. Resist and don't bite down on it while you're forming it. If you have any sharp edges whatsoever on the tray that are a discomfort once you put it back in your mouth, you can do a very light dip in hot water again. So if I have a little rough edge on the front of it where I trimmed off the tab, by just putting that in the front water, or I'm sorry, in the hot water, it will get rid of any sort of sharp edges whatsoever. So you have a formed tray, contours to your dental anatomy very carefully, very closely, and it takes a matter of less than 1 minute. This is a custom tray. It's extremely comfortable. It's all a soft material. So the wearer should have a great deal of comfort wearing it at night with the purpose of keeping the teeth from grinding during sleep. I hope you enjoy the Grind Guard. We think it is one great product. It has been clinically proven effective. The University of Washington's Dental School did a clinical study published in the American Dental Association Journal and documents the efficacy of the product. Thank you very much for listening to the forming video.